Okay, everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, back out here working on this car, and this car is at the stage in its life where everything it's just tidying up these little things mostly, and it's all these things just take a long time. So I've been out here. You can tell I've been struggling. I got both sets of my cheaters out. So, anyways, so I thought this video is going to be. I'll try to show you as much as I can, obviously, but a lot of it is just be honest with you, is going to be kind of just updating you where I'm at. Let's get started here. So first things first, you've seen the license plate light thing. I had a heck of a time trying to get that off. In fact, I couldn't. I soaked it in penetrating oil. I did all kinds of stuff. Did everything I could think of. What I ended up doing was I went ahead and split it with my little die grinder. So what I'm going to do now that I got that split, I'm going to go ahead and start, I'll get that welded back together, clean it up, and it'll look good. I also, that little lens didn't survive, so I got to try and find something to put in there for a little lens. And you can see here, this is what I'm dealing with. So I got to convert this stuff to be compatible with 12 volt. And this is the crusty little fella that came out of the back of there, so we got to replace that. Now this one, I also went ahead and took the interior light out. I'll clean that up and get that ready. And it needs the same treatment. Get converted, a little socket. Now these two are easy because they're the single. They're the single, right? So they're just generic. You can just replace the guts of that. Well, this one's wrecked. I have to get a new one. But anyways, they're just the single because they're just on or off. Now this, I also fiddle in with the headlight one, which this little socket's in pretty good shape. But my dilemma here is, this is just the single, but I want to utilize this. Once it's together, it'll be something like that. It'll look good. I'll just get that tucked. Yeah, there we go. With the cover, right? Anyways, I want to use that as the, obviously I want to use that as the marker and the signal light. So I'm going to need the double element bulb, the double bayonet. That's what I'm dealing with. So I have to find something to retrofit it to make, because this just kind of bolted in there. Got to find something to retrofit that in there. I have to repair this. Find a lens or something, clean this up, get some of these sockets. I also grabbed the tail lights. I didn't grab them yet, but I got to convert them over too, and they'll have to be the double, just like that. So I'll get online or something and see, or go to Napa or something. I don't know. We'll see what I can find. But anyways, that's what I've been up to. I've spent hours trying to get that apart. Well, I did, but not the way I'd hoped. It is what it is. But I'll show you guys something else. Oh yeah, and then the other thing I've been doing is I went ahead and I started to put a panel on. I've been bouncing around everywhere. But I've been straightening some of these wires out. Got my interior wire ready to rock, and I've been straightening out some of the wires back there. So I'm just getting everything routed and tidied up. And just like I said, I've just been bouncing around, tinkering with everything. I do got to jam under the hood there and put the vents back together that I took apart. Just lots of really time-consuming little pieces. So I'll grab them taillights, and I'll show you guys that. I never really looked at them yet either, so I'll be curious to see what it's going to take. And then I'll have to just find some sockets. We'll see some light bulb sockets. But we'll find something, and we'll make it work. It's just going to take time. But yeah, like I said, just every single little thing I do now it seems like it's taken, well, this I struggled with for sure, but the stuff seems to be taken. It just takes time. I think it's like the last 10% takes 75% of the time, it seems like. So just because it's you see such little progress. You don't even notice once you get a wire strung, hey, so. But anyways, I'll get the taillights, take a boo at them, and we'll see what we're dealing with. All right, so here's the taillights. I do happen to have, for whatever reason, I got 3 lenses. So I got I can muck up once. Hopefully not. We'll have a spare, hopefully, for ever. And I think they're symmetrical. I think you just flip them for one way, flip them for the other. Should work. So probably work for both sides. And we're at about 50-50. So I got the one, the bulb actually came out, but you can see it's got the double whatever. That's what I need to do. I just need to convert it so that it's good for, so that I'm comfortable using the 12 volt as opposed to 6 volt. One other thing I didn't know about these is pretty cool. I'm assuming this is what it is anyways. So you can see they got a little lens there. Now that's inside the car. So then when your lights are on and you open your trunk, I think those act like a little trunk light, because the light bulb would certainly shine, through that little lens, give you a little light in your trunk. That's kind of cool. I do have a trunk wire, or a trunk light wire. So I'll probably, I might put a little light in the trunk anyways. It'll go on with the interior light. But anyways, that's pretty cool. So I got to find 4 of the double kind. Well, this one was a double actually, so I could probably just change the guts in it. But I got to get 4 that have the double. I got to make that happen, and then a couple for the interior light and the trunk light, or the license plate light, that are just the single bayonet, like this guy. If we'll get that figured, I'll find some of these little sockets somewhere. I'll get some research and find them. I do got to get a little ignition switch. This one's kind of weird. I don't know. It had a cable in it. I can't imagine what. I should do some research to figure that out. That might be fun just to know. But anyways, I need a new ignition switch because I'd like to keep it the same for the looks, and because also that steering column doesn't have one. So that's what I got to do. But I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning some of this stuff up just to get ready. I do have to get this one apart as well. Remember I said one came apart? Well, one did not. One is real gross. So I got to try and peck that out of there. And then we'll clean this up really good, make them nice, and then we'll be in business. I'll try to get that out and salvage that in case I do opt to just put the little pigtails in, but I might end up replacing that whole thing anyways. So, but I'll definitely try to see if I can salvage it, because it's already attached. It would work good. It's already the right thing. I just need to get it apart. So, but I keep trying here. There we go. Got it all beat piece by piece. But anyways, it might not be awesome anyways. We'll see. We'll see how it happens when we get it kind of apart to put the new wires in. But these, I think I'll protect the little lens, and maybe I'll tape that off, and then I'll sandblast them up so that they look good. But I'll have to go see what I can find for these. And like I said, it's not a big deal if I have to replace them anyways. I can just peck them in there. Like, they're kind of crimped in there, but I'll find something. They should be like this one. They should be springy. These ones are springy, so this is still kind of good. But if you see how it pulls, but this one's seized up. So I'll catch up you guys when I'm on to something else here. Okay, everyone, I'm back out here. Before I headed in last night, though, I'll show you guys. Went ahead, and if you've seen my brackets here for the front little bumperette things that I'm putting on, I went ahead and put some clear coat on them, so we'll get them put on because they're dry, and then we'll be able to see how that looks. If you guys watch, I've seen these little guys. Maybe I'll just make sure they're good and clean too. Clean them up nice, and we'll have that put on, and we can take a look at that. And the other thing is I found some stuff online there, so the stuff I was talking about, these sockets and stuff for these light bulbs. So I got them babies ordered up. So we'll be able to, continue the progress on that. Let's get these little bumper things on, and then I might put another door panel on. I'm just gonna, like I said, this one's just gonna be mucking around doing these little things. Let's get these on and see what they look like. I might go ahead and clean these little lens containers up, get them ready too, and we'll go from there. Okay, everyone, let me show you guys these. There we go. Got them little fellas on there. Those are done. Got that clear coated, ready to rock. I did go ahead and I've been fiddling around a little bit. I put another panel in, just bouncing around, doing little things. So I'm going to keep on working here, see what else I can get done. So just keep on plugging away. All right, everyone, I'm still fiddling around out here, tidying up some stuff. Got the old car there, and I did clean up a little bit. Sorry about the wiggliness of my camera. I also went ahead and sandblasted these fellas all up nice. Got them. I'm going to wait to paint them until I get the sockets put in and stuff. But you can see the little windows there. I think I cleaned that one kind of. That's kind of cool. I don't know. It's kind of neat. Kind of like that stuff. Seen that stuff in this old vehicles, little weird things like that. So, but anyways, and then the other thing I've been doing is I'm going to need a drive shaft for this thing soon. So I went and dug out a few drive shaft bits and pieces just to try and configure what I need. Now this car has this size yoke on the back of the transmission, and I'm going to need a slip yoke for that because that one's a permanent yoke. It's not a slip yoke. What that means is, if you guys not 100% sure, but you can see that that's right there. I'll show you from here. It's got a bolt. It's solid. It don't slip and slide like on this one here. This one's actual slip yoke, right? Because it slides in and I'm showing you, not even showing you guys, but it slides in and out. So that's called a slip yoke to account for the movement there. So, and then on the back of this one, it's got the flange. Now I do have the flange of the original drive shaft. I just have to get a slip yoke for this front with that size U-joint. And then adapt it to that flange and get a drive shaft made that long. Now this car is going to be kind of a cruiser, hopefully just a really reliable cruising car that you don't have to muck with and that kind of stuff. It's not really, not that matters. I mean, you should have a good drive shaft no matter what. But I've made drive shafts in the past and had really good luck doing it. Never had any issues, no vibrations, nothing like that. I mean, if you cut it on a lathe, you do all that kind of stuff. But in this particular case, because I'm missing some parts, I don't know, we'll see. I might end up just getting, for this car, I might end up getting a drive shaft made. But I'll see what I can find for it anyways. See if I got something to work with. And anyways, we'll go from there. But I have been fiddling around trying to figure out what I'm all going to need there. So got this drive shaft, which it has a slip yoke, but the wrong joints. That might not be the end of the world either, because you can get offset joints. I had to do that on my dually because I put the same sort of scenario. It had a modern transmission, had that, that 5-speed anyways. But so to adapt it to that drive shaft, I just got an offset U-joint. It seems to work really good. So maybe that's an option too. Just offset it to fit this. That would fit that end. Would fit the transmission. Adapt this end. If I get an offset for that, adapt it to this U-joint, to the transmission. This drive shaft is a little longer than I need, so that's good. And maybe get this chopped down and get that, adapt it to the flange for the rear end. So that might be a good option right there. So we'll see. But I'm going to keep fiddling around here for a little while tonight, and I'll probably see you guys tomorrow after work. What I did go ahead and do, you can see my little fella here, this little guy. I went ahead and welded it up. It was, see, can you even tell which side was cut? Oh yeah, you can probably tell. It's okay. It's good. So, because what I did was I welded it back up. I ended up filling the hole right in, the little bolt hole. And then I just took a little paint on here. And once I was all ready, and I took my handy paper towel and I just dabbed it on there to kind of hide that. So pretty happy how that turned out. And then you can see here, it slips right on there. And it kind of lines up and we're back in action. Only thing left to do is find something to make as a lens. And once those little sockets come in, put the taillight that runs through the back there into the car and get that baby wired up. So happy to get that because I did spend a lot of time trying to get that part without wrecking it. But I did wreck it and I'm on my way to getting it fixed. So that's good. No problem. Find a little lens or something to stick in there. I did see one on Amazon I saw one on eBay or something. So they exist. I don't know. I'll find something and we'll get that back in action. So one thing I might go ahead and try to do, I've had it off forever. I point this way. I point at the things. You guys probably don't see what I'm pointing. Like I'm working on that. Anyways, the handbrake. I got to get the park brake. I showed you guys already that. I got the cables to here. We're already to there. But and I think I got a plan to get him inside. So I just got to get that inside, get that handle on. And that's just another little thing off the list. These I said I'm going to wait. Have to get those sockets. Anyways, get to work. I'll get working on that and see what we come up with. All right, everyone, let me show you what I've been up to before I pack it in for the evening. It's getting late now. So, but yeah, I've been working on this park brake thing. There's the handle. It's pretty dope, actually. You guys can see that, but that's pretty cool. Hey? Probably be real handy for doing them cop turns and stuff. But anyways, I got the cable sticking through the floor there, and it's gonna go up to here. Can't see that, but up to there. So I don't have I got to get a rod because I'm going to run a rod inside, so it just looks tidier. Also, so that I'm positive that when I release it, it pushes it down. So that's the plan. Get a rod. I'll get one of them tomorrow, and I'll continue on. And then for where the two connect underneath, I lift the car to show you, but it doesn't matter. I'll show you guys that tomorrow, which for me will be all night. For you guys, it'll just be like. Anyways, the other thing I did too is now I got to run both rear cables off of one main cable. So I'm going to loop just like, like any car. But so you want to pull them evenly, I guess is what I'm getting at. You want to pull them evenly, so it has to be kind of like slippy. And then you have the adjuster, right? So what I went ahead and built here is this little gaffer here. So essentially what I got here, and I got a little chunk of cable so I can show you guys, but so that's what. So this will be the main cable, let's say, and you stick it through there. That's what I made. You can see that. You stick it through there, tip it, goes into the slot, and then you can pull. And then it can't obviously fall out of there, right? And then I'll pull it out of there. For the loop part that goes to adjuster, so the one cable is very similar to this, but it doesn't matter. So it'll go through this. It's a little snug, but you want it want it snug anyways. But so basically that's what'll happen. It'll go through. Hooked on my shirt. Stop. Anyways, so it'll kind of go through like that. And then the one end is the cable. The other end will hook to the adjuster on the adjuster rod. And then as you adjust it, it will slip through here, so you're pulling evenly on both cables. That's the theory anyways. I think it'll work just fine. But yeah, so that's what I made. My little bracket there. So once I get the tube tomorrow, or the rod tomorrow, and I do have to make one more little cable holder for the main cable for the end of it, and I got to make the part that attaches to the adjuster. So I'll make it very similar to this. It won't have the slip part. It'll just be a connector that can fit on the rod with the nuts to adjust it. So, but anyways, see you guys tomorrow, and we'll try to get this cable whipped up. Or not the cable. Yeah, the cable, but the park brake. It's all a unit. Okay, everyone, let me show you what I'm up to here. So, got my little brackets. You guys already seen this fella. These I painted them up. That's why you see. So these guys go underneath. This is the one that holds the cable to from the body, or the cab, or the body, whatever you want to call it, down to there. That'll the cable plug into there. This here is the one that hooks to it, and then hooks the two cables together through the hoop. So then they kind of go like this. Is the order they go in. They kind of go like this. And so this cable hooks to here, hooks to there. One loops around through here and hooks those two together, and we're in business. And the other thing I went ahead and did too is I whipped up this rod here. That's going to be from the hand lever down. And all I did was take one of these guys, and that's what these little fellas can kind of hook into, because I got one of them coming through the floor. So we can hook to that on this end. The rod hooks to it, and then that hooks to the lever. And then I'll go ahead and paint this up quick now, and then I think we can start assembling this. I'll go paint that, and then I'll start assembling the underneath portion. I am short a couple. I'm pretty sure that pretty sure because I've tried everything, but that the adjuster is metric. I got to find a couple nuts for that, but that's no big deal. And then we'll have the cables rigged up and finally have this park brake cable done, and that's just one more step closer. Just all these little things that take time. So let me get this painted up, and we'll start installing the brackets underneath there. Okay, everyone, let me show you what I got. Got this little fella. So you can kind of see there. So we got the two cables coming from the back. This outside one's just the cable. Oh, I'm going to actually show you guys. But anyways, it loops through my little loopy bracket I made. Hooks to the adjuster rod. And this is the the front one that holds the cable that goes into the cab. So I just got that started there. I also got this little gaffer all painted up here, so we'll lower that down, get that installed, and then I can go ahead and just adjust that a little bit if I have to or whatever, and then theoretically we should have a park brake. So let me get this car down. We'll get this put in and bolt it up in there, and then we'll kind of just take a look at it. All right, everyone. So we got the old park brake hooked up here. Let's take a quick look. You can see. I don't know. Yeah, you can see. You can see the rod there. Yeah, and then the carpet will go. You know, the carpet will kind of cover that and stuff. But, anyways, there you go. Pretty handy. Pretty handy fella. Seems to be working. So, yeah. So got that baby whipped. Just one more little thing off the list, and the last thing I'm going to try to do for this video is got this little gaffer all cleaned up. That's my tail light. So I'm going to go ahead and get this put on. I'm going to start by putting my little placard back on. I did polish that up the best I could. Throw that back on there, and we'll get that on. Then we can have the tail, the trunk latch, and everything functional. And just like I said, one more step. Show ya. Right there. There we go. And the good news is, still works. So there we go. Latches. There we are. Now, like I said, I just got to find the little lens for that, and I can get that baby put on, because it's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. Your license plate's here, and then, you know, shines up on it. It's kind of cool. But so that's it for this video. Unfortunately, it's like the boring, time-consuming stuff that I got to do. Anyway, sorry about that. I got interrupted. I'll show you what I got interrupted from. Check these out. Come here, babies. Ah, hey, look at these. Look at these little guys. Oh, you cuties. Like I said, I thought I heard something, and yeah, here we go. Anyways, like I said, I this kind of the boring stuff I got to do anyways, so hope you guys watched. And but yeah, got some fun stuff coming up for sure. I mean, obviously we got to start the car. We're going to do that, which will be fun. Start it, watch it move and stuff. I got a few other things to do before that. And then the really cool stuff with that. And then we'll be moving on to this cab over too, of course. So please keep watching, and we'll get this car running and see if it, you know, it'll be cool. So anyways, that's it for now, like I said. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.